shootings, a true story in 3 acts. Act 1, it was 1999. Frank DeAngelis would spend every lunch period in the cafeteria cleaning up after students and showing them how to serve, how to love. He wanted to help them. It was 1999, and one day Frank was not there. He had a last-minute meeting in his office down the hall. It was 1999, and 13 people died at Columbine High School. Frank was not one of them. Frank was in his office down the hall. Frank hasn't stopped thinking about it since. Not long after the first bullet is fired, Frank holds a ring of 40, 50, 60 keys in his hand, prepared to give his life for the 2 students with him. They need to hide. They can hear someone coming. It is not one of the good guys. Frank has been at this school for 20 years, and not once has he found the right key on the first try. He finds the right key on the first try, and those 2 students are alive today. They are married. They have children. This is a true story. I heard it from Frank himself. His hands were shaking. There were tears in his eyes. He has told this story hundreds of times since that day, but he can still hear the bullets. Act 2. There have been over 300 school shootings since 1999. At least 140 students have been murdered. Act 3. I walk to math class, and their blood stains my shoes. I walk out of school, and out of my mouth comes words that they can no longer speak. Never again, we utter in unison, but it did happen again. And again, and again, and again. It has happened again 17 times since this year began, and I am supposed to feel safe, but I am terrified. Every single day, I am forced to walk into a building where 140 of my peers have been killed, and nothing is done to protect me. I know the protocol. I've done the drills, run, fight, hide. We know what we're supposed to do, but so did they. It is carved into the desks they used to sit at. We chant it during our football games. H-E-L-P, we are dying here. Why won't you see us? We are not being quiet. We are doing all of the things you told us to do, but none of it is working. On April 20th, 1999, Frank DeAngelis had a meeting in his office during lunch. He could not save those children. He will never forget that. By the time we have all carved our names into this grave that you call education, you will have forgotten all the things you told us to do. None of them worked. The desks are covered in my names, and my shoes are so red, I cannot see where the blood stops and I begin.